video will be about the slumps. What are slumps? Are basically like the setbacks, the inconsistency parts of our journey. And it's something that just came into my mind because these 3 days have been a slump. And guess what? My inner critical frequency, whatever the hell you want to call it, just started to say, oh, see, you're not consistent. You're not doing what you need to do. You are not keeping faith to your promises. And of course, this is done on purpose, okay? Because your brain wants the reassurance, despite being painful, okay? The self-hate, the self-punishment, the bad self-talk that we have is of course something that we have inherited and somehow is linked to safety in our brain. So it has been practiced for too much time, hence the brain somehow wants it to preserve it. If you want to put it in a metaphysical view, in a reality creation view, you have to kill the old man, and of course he doesn't want to die, and he is coming right knocking at the door when you have these kind of thoughts, these kind of feelings, okay? So instead of seeing the thing as completely true, look at yourself as like while a long travel. You don't expect to go, let's say, from Rome to Bangkok without doing any kind of pause, okay? Or any kind of like delay. Of course, there must be some kind of setback and not only a physiological and necessary pause, because you just don't have the flight that connects them together. Okay, and even if there is, it's too long of a distance for the plane to actually go there in a single take. So instead of looking at the small inconsistencies as something that defines your progress and hence is linked to the failure, okay? It's because, of course, your brain wants to say, oh, I failed. I'm going through it all the way. And I'm not going to do that, okay? Instead, no, we took a pause. It might be a necessary pause. It might be a pause due to something like that we have encountered on the road, a kangaroo or a storm of birds, whatever the fuck you want. You have to pee because you drank too much coffee in the previous gas station. Reframe it as you want, but do not let your frequency convince you that it is done, because it's not. Again, consistency, it's not something that is immediate. It's something that is built in a long time. And pauses are physiological. You can expect to do 1,000 miles without ever having to catch your breath or even going to the toilet. So see these slumps as going to the toilet. I had to pee, okay? Or my companion had to pee. But still, you are on your journey. You are traveling. And that's the most important thing. So once you recognize that these things do not have as much power as your mind wants you to think, of course, then you can actually start to move forward again, even with this tiniest action. Tell me if it's helpful.